Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at The Order 1886 and the new photo mode that's been added to the game. We'll just let this cutscene play out, and then I'll just quickly go through some of the features.
Ready?
It's a pretty neat addition to the game, allows you to get up close and personal to some of the finer details that you might have missed as you were rushing through the game. So now that we've got control, I'll just go through some of the basic stuff here. You can obviously move the camera, focus on individual characters, and look at their detail. And look at that grenade there. And then I can obviously move around the entire play area now. Just home in on various objects. I mean, the Order 1886 might have been panned for its gameplay by some people, but there's one thing you can't argue with, and that's how great the game looks on the PS4. And obviously this photo mode is very brave to be able to include that, to allow people to look very closely at the details with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, that's a fantastic shot of the pistol shooting there. I mean, you just look at the details, the tiles. And this is a very early part of the game, pretty much the opening moment when you get control of the character. And that looks like Bruce Forsyth. And let's just have a look at this body here. I mean, I'm having to click the focus button. It's out of focus. And you've got another shot here from the character. Zoom in on his face. See that head wound. So, apart from just zooming around and looking around the environment, you do have the option to change some of the look of the game. So I mean, there's a whole lot of options. You change the focal length of the camera, depth of field effects, and the color grading, just to give it a different kind of flavor. You can then also change the intensity of that color grading, which is quite interesting. I mean, there's quite a few stuff here that you can mess around with. I think you can actually keep the color grading that you've got into the actual game. So now we can play the game in this weird, amazing kind of look. And even hide the characters. So if you want to take a shot that doesn't require having the characters there, in the kind of first person mode, we can even turn off the film grain and then have that play the game in that particular manner, if that was bothering you. So now that's the game without any film grain.
Well, shit. Smoke out.
And then we can just move that camera to the grenade. There's the grenade in its detail before it explodes. I mean, it's a pretty cool feature to be able to do this, to look around and just study the amazing attention to detail that Ready at Dawn included in their game. I mean, obviously, when you do look up close, you can see the sort of imperfections, but generally speaking, as a whole, it's a fantastically detailed and rich-looking game. And then back to the characters. So, I mean, let's just quickly mess around with the color grading. Let's see if we can find a different style.
What the?
I mean, that's a completely different way of playing the game now. I mean, not that you'd want to, it's pretty uncomfortable, but... But it's good that you can just mess around with these kind of features. Should you decide to change things up compared to the normal way you'd play it. I mean, that's just a crazy effect. I mean, there's some nice effects here, but I'm not sure you'd want to play the game in that way in its entirety. I mean, this is giving it a completely different look. As I said, it's a free update to the game. It's nice to include it. And it just gives you something else to mess around with. It's something that a lot of games should incorporate. I mean, it just goes to show you that the developers have spent a lot of time in creating these environments, and players rush through them very quickly. Obviously, it's a game, and you're not sitting there looking at all the details. You're rushing through to complete the game. So as an added kind of bonus feature, once you've actually finished the game, this is a nice thing to mess around with. Okay, I think that gives you an idea. This is The Order 1886, and I'm Rob Cram. Thanks for watching.